Are you after some Call of Duty news? Is COD 2021 really in trouble? Welcome to the channel, I'm Untitled, and today just wanted to have a quick look at what's going on in Warzone currently, what could be happening or what I believe might be happening shortly, and is COD 2021 doomed to repeat the same mistakes that Cold War has made? If you like today's content, please consider giving us a subscribe and a like. Let's crack on with the video. So we're going to start off with Warzone today then, and if you're like me, you've been a little bit upset with how the zombies outbreak has been brought to our screens. I was under the impression that when the boat hit, zombies would have spawned out through the whole of Verdansk, but that hasn't happened. We're now currently at 66% when I release this video, and still we've only had one point of interest infected at a time. Yes, they've moved around the map, but not really spread. It's almost like they've teleported to each place. Maybe that's Treyarch's idea of a zombie outbreak, but it's certainly not mine. However, in a recent post by Activision, which I will link the full post in the description box below, they have made a direct reference to something that previously happened in Verdansk. Let me read out a small part of this post. So I want to further ensure you that everything is under control and this anomaly will soon be defeated, much like the nightmares in October. So what does that mean then? Well, it's a direct reference to the haunting of Verdansk, which is very, very strange, seeing as when the event was going on, Treyarch came out and said that it was a hallucination and it had nothing to do with the storyline of Warzone. But now with this recent blog post, they've made it canon. Why? It doesn't make sense unless you start to think outside the box. Why are they suddenly making this event canon? Yes, it was a huge event and everybody absolutely loved it. I enjoyed it. It was fantastic, you know, Zombie Royale, oh brilliant, zombies all around the map. That's what I hoped for this outbreak event. And this is my point. We're now at 66%. The infection rate grew 33% from last week to now. So if that happens again, which it should do, then the infection rate will be at 99%. So the zombies effectively can't just stay contained in one area. For 99%, that means everywhere is completely infected with zombies. And this brings me to my point. I truly believe that they are thinking about and will, this is my thoughts, I'd like to stress this, it's not been confirmed, but I think they're going to bring back something like Zombies Royale or that type of feel for the ending of this zombies event. They've got to do something. You can't just have the zombies in one place and say that, oh, we're at 99%. Doesn't work. Are we meant to believe that the zombies are everywhere but they're only in one place? It does not make sense. But if you look at how big the haunting of Verdansk was, everybody loved it and it'd be a massive hit, and now is the prime time to bring it back out before the zombie event ends. So that's what I believe is coming, and I think it ties in fantastic with the nuke event, which, let's face it, we all know it's coming. There's been evidence stating in hidden messages that we've got on screen, talking about the conflagration of Verdansk, the missile silos suddenly opening up, the fact that it's been in the game files since day dot. Oh, it's coming, definitely. But there's something else that not many people have been thinking about, and that is the storyline. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at the storyline of Warzone, how it started. It started with Armistice coming together to stop the threat of Khalid al-Assad and Viktor Zakhaev. Armistice then completely imploded, and they began to fight each other, which is what Viktor wanted and Khalid wanted. Viktor dies. We didn't see him completely die, so who knows. And now you've got the formation of the original 141, so to speak, with Soap potentially coming on board. But in the same post that Activision released, it states at the bottom that Armistice basically are reforming. So that seems to me like the whole storyline has gone full circle. And if you know anything about sort of storylines or things going full circle, you'll know that tends to happen at the end of the storyline. It has to. So it feels like they're wrapping everything up. We know, as I stated earlier, all the evidence for the nuke event. And the fact now that there's been leaked images of Warzone in the 1980s. Well, it doesn't take a lot to figure that one out, does it? That the place is going to get bombed, we're going to go back to the 80s. It links in with Cold War's storyline for Adler. If you're unaware, there's a character called Adler, and he's been taken by Stitch to Verdansk now in the 1980s. So it's a great continuation of that story as well. Let me know in the comments what you think and feel about what I've just mentioned. Would you be happy to see Zombie Royale come back? You know, has the nuke event been going on far too long? What do you feel? So moving on then, onto the next part of the video. Is Call of Duty 2021 in trouble? Well, to find this out, we have to look at the leaks, okay? The leaks are, it's being developed by Sledgehammer Games. Okay, fine, I'm okay with that. The placeholder name, or the code name currently for Call of Duty 2021 is Call of Duty World War II Vanguard. That has a lot of people worried. A lot of people were not happy with Sledgehammer's World War II game from a couple of years ago. Me, I liked it. I thought it was quite a good game when all the online multiplayer was a complete overhaul. I thought the campaign was really good. I even liked the headquarters. I thought the headquarters was fantastic, if I'm honest with you, when they got it working. But a lot of people found it very, very boring. So there's major backlash already from the community when we've heard about this, and it sounds like it's not going to be taken well if that's the case, if it is a World War II setting. Another thing to be concerned about is Activision stated that Warzone is going to be the game that holds all the Call of Duties together. So if that's the case, how are we going to get the next Call of Duty, if it is a World War II game, how are we going to integrate that into Warzone? And if they do, I think it's going to alienate the player base massively. Because how do you get it there? You've currently got present day Verdansk pretty much getting nuked to take us back to the 80s to line up with Cold War. So what, we're gonna do exactly the same thing, are we? Are we gonna blow up the map again to take us back to World War II? Just all seems a little bit strange to me. Very, very strange. So why are Sledgehammer making a World War II game? And I think to understand this, you have to look at the development cycles. So the Call of Duty developers are on a 3-year cycle normally. Okay, so you've got Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, Raven is like a side company that helps. Raven and Sledgehammer were meant to develop Call of Duty 2020, but they couldn't get along. Something just wasn't working, and with only, I think it was 6 months or less than that to go, Activision had to step in and appoint Treyarch as lead developer, which is why we got Cold War, Black Ops Cold War. And it's also the reason why Cold War is so unpolished, so unfinished, multiplayer is terrible, and you've got the campaign, which is a basic rehash of Black Ops 1. You go back, you play Black Ops 1, and then you play Cold War, it's pretty much the same thing over again. Apart from the numbers, it's still all mind control. Okay? So Activision now are in a bit of a pickle, because this year's game, 2021, was supposed to be a Treyarch title, and 2022 would have been Infinity Ward's title, which is pretty much, we know it's going to be a sequel to Modern Warfare. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, that's where the money's been made. So now that Treyarch have had to step into 2020's game, that leaves 2021 slot open. They're not going to get Infinity Ward's game ready. So it's down to Sledgehammer and Raven. Or I don't even know if Raven are helping Sledgehammer, but it's down to Sledgehammer. So why is this important then? Well, basically they've been given a year to make a game, okay? It feels to me like the developers are struggling to make a game in 3 years, let alone a game in 1. So I believe they've gone for the World War II setting because their last game was World War II, which means they can strip a lot of content out of there and build on it. Saves time, and you know full well that Activision are going to be badgering them. You need to get this done, you need to get this done, this needs to be done. They're under pressure. The game is going to be as bad as Cold War, if not worse, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on this? You know, do you feel that I'm right? Do you feel that the developers need more time to create the games? Especially for a AAA game. You know, do you feel that Call of Duty shouldn't be every year released? It shouldn't be on a yearly release cycle? Would you prefer it to have a couple of years between, but have a good, solid game with supported content? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, I'm out of time. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. It really means a lot to the channel. I've been a slave. Take care.